Hi everybody, my name is Jim. It's been a while. My name is Jim and welcome to the Lake Effect Gardener. Happy first day of May 2022. Very, very excited. It is a little overcast here today, but it is warm. Don't mind me showing a little skin today. Because last week it was snowing, so I deserve to wear shorts today. Anyways, not only is this the first day of May, May Day, Beltane, what have you, but this is also my 100th episode on YouTube. Probably should have made that landmark a long, long time ago, as I've been kind of away from the camera, but I'm here nonetheless. I was saving this video for a couple of things. I wanted to show you some progress in the garden, but then I also wanted to show you my melon planting. I'm officially dropping my hat into the hashtag Transatlantic Melon Challenge with my very first seed sowings. But first, what I would like to do is to go out into the garden and show you what I have been doing in between the snow and the rain and the mud. I've actually been able to be a little bit more productive than normal. Thank goodness the weather is starting to improve. The leaves are starting to crown on the trees, lots of fun little green shoots that are coming up in the borders and things like that. It's just very, very, very exciting for me to see all of this. I think we have finally turned a corner, although I'm not going to say that out loud. I guess I did. I'm not going to jinx myself. We did have snow last May, but the 2-week weather outlook is looking spectacular. So, fingers crossed. So we're gonna go through the garage and we're gonna start at the garage door because I've got my sandals on and it's still a little muddy and I don't feel like changing into my boots. So to avoid the muddiness of the flower border, let's start over by the garage and I'm gonna show you what I've been up to. Starting out from the top of the garden, I have managed to get the 4 main sunbeds cleaned up and cleaned out. Now I haven't done any amendments yet. I'm still, I've got other pressing matters at the moment, but I managed to get all the leaves and all the twigs and all the weeds taken out. Thank goodness for that. So these are nearly ready to be planted in, which is exciting. Garlic is doing very, very well. I did give it a good feed last week, right before I knew we were going to have a really, really kind of a big rain event. So hopefully all of that goodness will be send it down into the soil. So this is where I want to show you what I've been up to over here. All right. Big changes here. Now, I spent a good 4 hours on this bed alone yesterday, and it was rough. First and foremost, there is a big change here, okay? The bed used to end right here, okay? And it came up like this and then over like this. And if you recall, I had an apple tree there and it was a Cortland and I had to take it out because of the bunnies. So I've opened this up. I've put down some cardboard and I've put down some soil. There's still a lot that needs to be moved, but I mean, again, the roots have been even worse this year. Just terrible. Absolutely. I mean, this is absurd. This is the size of like a normal stick. It's just, so it was backbreaking work. You could see there's a lot of fibrous roots on the top. Those have actually been removed. They're just kind of lying there right now. I need to get in here and take care of that. But otherwise, this half of the bed is now root free. I have to take care of the other half. my apple tree, my Honeycrisp, I don't know what's... This makes me really, really, really sad because I know it's inevitably going to die. You could see, I'll show you again, the bark has been completely stripped and then some. But man alive, look at the leaves and look at the flower buds, like an insane amount of flower buds. I don't think this is going to survive, to tell you the truth, but I'm letting it go. Okay, I'm noticing a lot of the upper growth here has not come in, but a lot of the lower growth has. So I think I'm just watching it die slowly. But, you know, if I can get some blossom out of it and feed the bees, then that is in itself, you know, precious to me. And if it decides that it's going to kick the bucket after that, then so be it. Then I'll take this down. And then the idea is to do the same that I did over here, and I'm going to flip these two and open this up. And that's probably going to be a mid-season project. And over here, I'm planning on doing more of the, you know, the cooler crops, cooler temperature crops, a little bit shade tolerant. So, you know, leafy greens and things like that. So this can all be extended, but I mean, I'm excited about the extra growing space over here. It's going to be a game changer. Even just that little amount, it's a 12 by 12, I think, or a 10 by 10 square that I've added. That's going to add quite a bit of growing space, and I can add a lot of crops. Okay, sorry, I'm about to walk past it. This is the new bed. This is my winter squash bed, and it's going to be a brand new bed. So I did take out what was here. I just created a really big square. Okay, so this is, let me see, this is a 12-foot length, this is a 10-foot length, so we're looking at a 22 by, goodness knows, probably 32, 22 by 32, maybe 22 by 28. I don't know, I actually didn't measure it out, but anyways, this is the winter squash bed. And I've already started putting cardboard down here. I still have to finish this. I ran out of cardboard. But as soon as I'm done, I've got 2 yards of compost waiting in my driveway. And I have a new path. Who doesn't love a path? This is going to be splendid. So I've been doing a lot. I have been doing a lot. I haven't been showing you a lot, but, you know, I didn't really want to show you this in progress because I probably would have been kicked off of YouTube for foul language. Yes, no one wants to see a grown man cry. Anyways, so I'm going to get the rest of this taken care of and dug over. Like I said, this part of my garden is a digging garden. I have no choice because of the roots. Okay, this one's going to have to be dug over. This one's going to have to be dug over. And then this one, this is the tomato bed. This will have to be dug over. The only no dig beds I have are these 4 beds here. For some reason, I don't have any problems with roots. And I think it's because I think the closest tree I have here is a hickory, and hickory tree roots grow really, really, really deep. So I don't have to worry about that. It's just these silver maples that are giving me a headache. Well, it's looking like it's fixing to rain, so let's go back to the patio and let's get some melon seeds planted. Oh, by the way, I did pick these up. Someone threw them away. They've seen better days, but they're solid, okay? They're solid. And these are missing their bottoms, and they're probably useless to most people, but to me, these are gonna make, there's 2 of them. Okay, just take my word for it. There's 2 of them. Fill those up, and I'll put those somewhere in the garden. Maybe over by that other apple tree. I'm not sure. But I can grow something in those. So, yay. One man's trash. One man's trash. Okay, off to the patio. Slow and steady wins the race. That's kind of my mantra for this growing season. Mother Nature has not been on my side at all, but the plans that I do have, I feel like they're well underway, and I'm feeling really positive about it. So that's great. My seedlings are doing really, really well. I have quite a bit in the tunnel. I still have some indoors. We had a bit of a freeze, so that's going to bring me to the next part of this video, which is my official drawing entry. That's entry into the hashtag Transatlantic Melon Challenge. Now, I'm sure you've all seen the video that I did with Jane. I'm sure a lot of you, I know that a lot of you right now are actually in the throes of this this challenge. I'm seeing a whole lot from the UK and not so much from this side of the pond, but I'm just hoping that my friends over here in North America are just being silent and deadly. So, the two varieties that we are growing are the Minnesota Midget Cantaloupe. Okay, that's going to be our cantaloupe melon, and then of course our good friend the sugar baby watermelon. Okay, so I definitely am going to be planting those. I'm also be growing 4 different varieties as well that are going to be outside of the challenge. I'm going to be challenging myself to grow these. Had some pretty good success with the watermelon once I've understood how to keep the critters off of them. Okay, so I will also be growing a Hale's Best Jumbo Cantaloupe, so it's a very large version of the Minnesota Midget. I will be growing a Petite Gris... Oh, can I just hold it up? I don't speak French. This one. Okay, so that's nice. That's like your bog standard cassava. And then for watermelon, I'm going to grow the Crimson Sweet, which is a little bit bigger than the Sugar Baby. And you can see it's not as dark, the flesh isn't as dark, you get the striping action on there. And then this one, which I've tried growing before, but I've had a hard time with germination, and that is Moons and Stars. And you can see it's very dark skin, dark rind, and there's all these little, you know, splotches on them that kind of look like planets and stars. So, and they get pretty big, and they have a very kind of a light flesh inside. So I've heard wonderful things about it. I'm just curious as to whether or not I can grow it. And now with all the new extra growing space that I've given myself, I think I'm going to have the room for things to spread out. The 2 different ways I will be growing these seeds will be the same way that I grew them last year. I have everything prepared and ready to go. So I will be doing the chitting method, which worked really well. Okay, plastic bag, wet paper towel, okay, and labeled. So I've got a Crimson Sweet chitting bag and I have a Crimson Sweet potting soil. Okay, I've run out of larger pots, so believe it or not, I've been planting a lot on, taking seedlings and potting them on as they get bigger. And so these are paper cups. Totally works. Okay, I will show you just one. I'll just show you one. Okay, well, no, I'll show you 2. I will show you the Sugar Baby. I feel like I need to make it official. And it's good luck. Today is a day of good luck. It's my 100th episode. It's the first day of May. Okay, it's Beltane, which means, you know, fertility and all that wonderful stuff. So I'm hopefully going to be successful. Seeds aren't big. I'm going to chit 4 in the bag, and I'm going to grow 2 in the soil. Spread them out. It's really cool watching this process from start to finish. When you see the little shoots emerging, you know that there's a promise of growth. Okay. Forcing the air out. I want to keep that moisture in. All right, and you can see I've got them spaced out a bit. All right. Where are my Sugar Baby? Here's my Sugar Baby cup. All right. Oh, I think I'll do 3 inside. 3. Okay. 3. 3 is a very magical number, isn't it? The Trinity. All right. So that's the Sugar Baby in, and the Minnesota Midget. Looks like I'm going to have to do some seed saving this year. I did gift quite a few to some of my UK friends. who seem to think that I've possibly sabotaged them. But that's okay. I really didn't. I couldn't be bothered sabotaging my growing friends. I would never do that. Wouldn't need to. I wouldn't need to. Poor Jane. Her dog Rocky really leveled the playing field. Rocky took all of her seedlings down. And everyone's like, oh, naughty dog. And meanwhile, I'm over here. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so I'm going to plant the Minnesota Midget's seeds inside the compost. This is lovely compost I have here. I don't like the size of the seed, so I'm going to trade it out with a bigger size. Things are starting to wind down at school. That makes me so happy that I'm going to be able to spend more and more time in the garden. All right, I am not going to do any other ones in front of the camera. I don't need to. Just make sure that once your seeds are planted, okay? I like to keep these chitted seeds in the dark, okay, in a dark, warm place. And once I see some sprouting action, I will move them into a lighter situation. And usually I wait for a good chunk of the root to come out before I decide to transplant into some soil. And you can just use some tweezers or chopsticks or whatever you want to just poke them out and put them in your soil. Okay, root side going down, of course. The ones in the planting little pots here, I'm going to water them thoroughly, and then I'm going to bring them indoors because there's still that chance for frost. I don't feel safe bringing anything outside or putting anything into the ground until the final week of May. So just want to make sure that I have a success. I also need to get those self-watering planters ready to go to accept these little lovely gifts, and then we're just going to keep track of it. And I hope you all are keeping track of it as well. If you haven't done so already, make sure that you use that hashtag Transatlantic Melon Challenge so that we can all see your progress. Okay? The good and the bad, please don't be shy. We're here to help. We're not obviously all here to, as some kind of cutthroat competition. Everything that happens with your seeds, let us know, because we're not only here to help you, we're here for encouragement also, for the most part. All right, I'm going to get done with the rest of these guys. Thanks so much for tuning in. 100 episodes. That's just crazy. Absolutely crazy, but exciting. I appreciate all of you so much for watching. If you haven't had a moment to subscribe, please do that. Hit the notification bell, and I will see you all really, really soon. So long.